Alright guys, hello, welcome to the video. This is my fourth session today. We just finished our session in the Covenanter. I'm going to reset this, and we're going to play the SP1C in this one. The Spotpanzer. I'm decent with German, guys, but you can correct me on this pronunciation. Again, I said in one of my videos talking about pronunciation, I'm American, so give me an effing break when it comes to pronunciation of European things, whether it's Italian, German, Swedish, whatever, man. I'm an American, so I don't know the European languages. That being said, the SP1C, man, this thing feels okay. It's just, I'd rather be in another vehicle. Honestly, like the WZ131 was really fun, the 1375, the DA, like these are the vehicles that I keep around at Tier 7. I have 3 marked all of them, but the thing about these 3 vehicles is I feel like I can carry games with these 3 vehicles very well. I've played one battle in the SP1C, so I can't say that much about it, but overall this thing just kind of feels weird to me. Like, just look at it, man. It's kind of an ugly tank, right? The gun hits fairly hard, but you do have the heat for the gold rounds, which I'm not a super big fan of. Just making sure I have this. I have everything but the radio, right? The tracks are really big, so it's hard to like get away from people, right? Like they track you. It's easy for them to track you. But the gun is okay. Like the DPM is not great, but the gun, I've noticed that the gun is pretty good on this thing, and I think it hits for like 240. Correct me if I'm wrong. 165 to 275, 220. That's not bad. 220 is not bad at Tier 7. You know, and it's better than the LTG, which hits for like 180 or something, I think, or 170. So I don't mind this thing for the gun. The concealment is pretty good. I do have full concealment, and the view range is pretty good. Actually, I would say the concealment is almost slightly lacking, given the fact that this vehicle, I mean, yeah, it's got a big, it's kind of tall, but it's still kind of small overall. But I mean, 40%, it's good enough. We're only running it with standard low noise exhaust, vents, and optics. I was almost considering dropping the vents for VSTAB. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Let's drop the vents for VSTAB, but that gives us 39.55% concealment, but I'd rather that for the gun. I think it's a little bit better for the gun. And then we have optics in the scouting slot, and I think we're good to go. I've only played one battle in this thing, and we did 1884 damage, and we won that game. So this is not going to stay like this, but I'm just hoping that this will be a good session. We will run our boosters, and let's get going. Again, I haven't put a lot of crew experience into this crew, so we're only running it with situational awareness here, snapshot, and smooth ride, and then full concealment. That's it. No brothers in arms, no intuition, nothing like that. So keep that in mind. The crew is not stacked, and there's no armor on this thing, so you're very likely to get rammed or to get HE'd to death. You know, whereas with the WZ, you actually have some armor. You know, where is it? You have like 35 hull armor, 45 turret armor, so at least HE shells are not as likely to pen. But with this thing, you have nothing. Like, it's just so boxy looking. I don't know, man. I think this thing is really ugly. Maybe some people will find this tank cute, but this thing just looks like, I don't know, like the ugly child of the bunch, right? It's like, goodness me, man. But anyway, let's get into the games, guys. Let's hope that this goes well. I've discussed everything I wanted to discuss with this vehicle, and let's go. So again, Tier 7, no CVS. We got to be careful with that. Our view range went down a little bit because we swapped off the vents. I don't have the improved configuration yet for this, or whatever it's called, enhanced, what the heck is it called, guys? I always forget. Field modifications. So I don't have any field modifications on this thing yet, so keep that in mind as well. And let's see what games we can get into. Again, this is my 4th session. I'm getting a little fatigued, so bear with me if the games are not that great. But we're going to do our best. This is going to be the next tank I want to mark. We've been trying to mark the T-52, the Tier 6 T-50-2. That tank's fun, man. It's just the damage per shot, I think, is really what it's getting me. I'm averaging a little over 1,100 damage with it. It's the spotting that I can't get. You only need like 1670 combined, I think, to 3-mark it. And I just haven't been getting good spotting maps. The last game I played was a proc game that I will be sharing with you guys. I don't know if it's going to be before or after this video posts, but that game was really good. My mark went up like 1.5%. I think we're at like 92.6% right now on that thing. but I just can't do any spotting. Like, I hate to say this to you guys, but the teams are just fucking dog shit. Like, the teams are so bad, I can't get a team that will actually give me some spotting damage. So that's the downside, I guess, about playing some of these lower tiers. I cannot find a team that will support me in a lot of cases, right? To get spotting damage. So, all right, so what do we have here? We have a tier 6-7 game. That's brilliant. We are on the south spawn of Fisherman's Bay. And on Fisherman's Bay, I'm going to go to this area. We have an EBR Type 64 VK. Like, looks like there's a lot of light tanks. 2 tier 6 light tanks, 2 tier 7 light tanks, but one is an EBR. They have a Type 64, they have a T52. Let's see how this goes, man. This thing does kind of feel a little sluggish, too. I'm not really a fan of that either. I think where this thing is excelling, honestly, is its ability to just, like, poke out and get shots, you know? Like, it's kind of like a little gnat, similar to, like, the Even 90. The gun is kind of snappy, though, so I think that's sort of how you have to play it. I think that's the proper way to do the things. Does this guy spot me here? He does. That's a good spot for him to take, man. He knows how to play a light tank. It's a little aggressive, and he got spotted on the way in. It also means that because... Is the type here, then? That's the question. Poke this like this. There's the comet. Take a shot at this comet. Come back. Guys are pushing this quick. I kind of want to support them, but I kind of don't at the same time. I think it's kind of a stupid play for them to push that fast, man. At least eliminate the T50, my man. Goodness gracious, man. Now all my light tanks are dead. It's going to be up to me to do anything with this game. WZ is there. I didn't even notice they had a 131. I should have. I gotta be really careful of the angle this T-52 has over here, man, because he might spot me when I'm, like, out of the bush. Where's the comet? Come on, shoot this guy. Do they not have an angle here? Come on. Oh my god, dude. Someone freaking help me, please. These teams, man. I shouldn't have missed that shot. That was just a bad aim on my part. Where do we even go from here? Like, we have nothing of this map. Take this shot. The shell velocity is also really slow on this thing. I think this is just a GG, man. I don't even know what I can do with this. There's nowhere to go. There's literally nowhere to go. We just try and run this way. Get a shot into this guy. Try and get to hard cover somehow. If I can manage. There's nowhere to go. Holy crap. That is one of the fastest breakdowns of a team I've ever seen, man. I mean, that was crazy. I would have liked to get one more shot. 1161 damage, but it is what it is, and this is why I always tell you guys, we'll see how this session goes. When I say that, this is what I mean. I don't just mean to, like, throw words into the mic. as I'm loading into the games, right, guys? I mean, it's kind of like that too, but I tell you guys this every session. We'll see how this goes because this is the way the matchmaking is in this game. So, but honestly, all things considered, with the exception of me missing that shot to the comet and being a total noob, I think we played that pretty well. I read the map, I looked, I'm like, okay, there's literally nowhere to go. Let's try and get to hardcover, and we tried. If we could have gotten to the city, we might have been able to kind of get away and do like 1 or 2 more shots as the team was pushing in. Still got 1161 damage out of it, so, and a little bit of spotting. So, gotta do what you gotta do, guys. Again, no field modifications. We only have one setup. We're going to go to the 8 line right here. Right to this area. Try and get people crossing. Let's see if this Hotchkiss will support us. They have a 1357, which is threatening. They have an EBR Hotchkiss. Skoda T25 is also somewhat of a threat. Let's see what happens. This thing is really slow, though. I'm noticing that. Like, that's another thing about this tank, guys. It's really freaking slow. It's really slow. Like, look at the top speed, man. I might need to run turbo on this thing, honestly. Or, you know what I'll probably put on it is the Tier 3 mobility system. I'll pull it off the Covenanter for now. Okay, here's the Poodle. It's bad aim by me. Am I spotted from that? Nope. Get one more shot into this guy. And the shell velocity is really bad, dude. Like, really freaking bad. Okay, here's the 1357. We found all these boys. Nice shot there. It's the gun. The gun is what's really... You need to use the gun on this thing, man. I think that's where this thing is getting balanced, if you know what I mean. Okay, I think we push north in this situation. Let's see if we can spot this Poodle again. I think we need to push north. We have the numbers north. We really need to push this IMO. Is it Jackson? Okay, there's the Poodle. I don't want to be in the line of fire here either, but we have to take a risk somewhere at this point, and we have the teammates north. I think we need to push it. Just going to do this. Help. Help. Spam the map. Go, 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 go. See if we can run towards this. I want to run towards this so that they don't have an angle at me. And then we go this way. These guys really shouldn't have the angle from here. Now we push, but we're going to let the people with armor go first. Good thing we're not in a tier 8 game, so we don't have to worry about with like hold down. We don't have to worry about hold down vehicles. Let the T-3485M go first, and then I'm going to take this angle. I think I like coming way out here, even though it's kind of risky, but it gives a different angle. And they're all over here, man. So really it's just going to be spotting the M12 at this point. He should be in this corner, I think. Let's see. Okay, there's the type. Hardy is not here. Take this shot against the type. Okay, just going to snapshot him there. The gun. I like the gun on this thing. I do. It's just the shell velocity, dude. Shell velocity is freaking miserable. This game turned around much faster than I thought it would. Sorry. Sorry, guy. My kill. I thought this game was going to be closer than it turned out here. Okay. Let's see if we can get a shot into this tiger. I don't think so. Easy. 1170 damage, 425 assists, 3 spots. Not a bad game. 3k win 8. Mark went up 3.6%. But we're brand new to this tank, right? So we'll 2-mark it, move on from there. Once I 2-mark it, we'll continue trying to 3-mark probably the T-52 or something like that. I play multiple tanks. Like, I'll go back and forth, but for tier 7, this is going to be the one I'm going to at least try and 2-mark now. We've 2-marked or 3-marked, right? The DA, the 131, and the 1375. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, here's where it gets interesting when we have to play against tier 8s, and they have an even 90 and an LT432. So this is where I think we let our LT432, which looks like a good player, or the 12T, which also looks like a fairly good player, we let them do the spotting, and we just sit back and camp. Whirls, you're a light tank. I know, but we're shitter tier 7 light. We have 2 tier 8 lights. I'm sure this LT432 or Batchat 12T, they seem to be decent at the game. They probably are running CVS, one of them at least. And there's an enemy even 90. We're not going to be able to outspot anything here. So what we do is we use our gun instead for now. Let these guys spot, and we just play Tank Destroyer. The setter is probably going to do the same thing. But doesn't mean we exclusively play Tank Destroyer. We're still going to come up here, and we might spot people coming in, right? But we take this position rather than go out here. Both of these guys are going to like the same spot, right? So we go out here like this. Sit here. And there we go. We're the ones that actually spotted the CS. Not even spotted from that shot. Now we have shots in the mid here. I'm actually going to take this one at the SMV. I rushed it. I'd rather take the shot at the SMV because he's pushing into the Lorraine, and now the Lorraine's going to be in trouble. There's a CS. That was really an amateur move of me. I knew that he was right there. Just kind of let him poke that. This is a very aggressive play by the even. Batchat's going to have to use his gun. Use your gun, Batchat. Use your gun, my man. I can't even poke this because of the CS. Nothing against this 12T, but like this is the situation where you need to use your gun, man. You're in a place where you can shoot without really getting hit back. So like use your gun in these situations, guys. Use your gun. Like you have to eliminate the threat. The threat is the even. Dude, this guy's gonna get me shot. This man is gonna get me shot. This gun is accurate, man. This gun, like, because of the shell velocity on the AP rounds too, you get like a really good kind of angle on people. The way the shell goes through the air, you know? I always like snappy guns with APCRs, but there is the normalization of the AP, and the trajectory is the word I was looking for, of the shell is nice when you're trying to hit people that are kind of like coming down off of ridge lines or hit the top of their turret, you know? This even 90 is a problem. It's average so far, guys. It's not a bad tank. I don't really mind it. I think it's alright. Let's see if we can hit this SMV. No? Okay. We gotta look at the map, man. We're losing this side. Pretty bad. Hit the T-25 once more. And now I think we need to support this side. Which I think we can honestly do from, like, right here. I don't think we have to go that far, honestly. Let's go like right there. Yeah, this is where the shell velocity is really going to be an issue, though. This map is weird when it comes to losing this side, because I feel like it's the best way to defend against it is just to... Okay. The best way to defend against it is to sit here. Because you have the ridge line, you know? I'll load H heats for the Viper. I still don't even think we'll pen this guy's lower plate, to be honest. Doesn't look like it. Here's the type. Hit the type. And Hellcat's here. Okay, type's there. Where's this guy? Hit him in the lower plate. I think this is just going to be like a get as much damage as you can type of game. Try and help the Scorpion with the Viper, but I don't even think I can pen the Viper frontally. Go. Here's the even. Even should hit me twice here, maybe. We can clean up the type with this shot. Good. Let's get away from this even. Avoid the arty. LT's going to go for this guy. 5 shots here. I'm going to take them. Okay. Dude, you're throwing away your HP. Like, go after the guy. That was really dumb on his part, man. We actually had a chance here. RNG, I hate you. I need to eliminate this guy and run. I think at this point we just poke out and take this shot in the challenger. .2407, 1540. We needed to hit the shot in the even and run, because this tank doesn't have mobility, and then it hits the track, man. Like, when this gun was working so well, I needed to clean up the even and run, because he was the only one that threatened me with mobility at that point. But we missed that shot, so then I lost too much time. But if we could have gotten away, I don't know, man. I don't think it was carryable. It depends on the HP. It was still a mastery for us, though. I think we did well. The LT threw away, like, all his freaking HP, man, and couldn't even clean up the even. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what he was doing. But I don't want to say he threw it. But, like, that was, for his skill level, for how good this guy is, that was a really stupid play, man. Really stupid play, I have to be honest. But we did 2407 damage, 1540 assist. I think that's probably one of the best games that we'll play in this session. So let's play one more, and then after this one, we'll call it quits, guys. So I think we did 4 or 5 in the Basoto. We did 6 in the Covenanter. We'll do 4 in this one. And we also did 4 in, I forget what the 4th one, the Leopard. Tier 5 Leopard. So, did a lot of sessions today, but I want to give you guys something different, man. I haven't posted sessions in a while, so. All right. But did you see why I chose to do what I chose to do in that last game, guys? Like, we had 2 light tanks on our team that could have had CVS and would have been better scouting than me. So use your gun. And how close did we make that game by using our gun, man? Imagine if we had more pen on the Heat, we might have been able to help with the Viper quicker. Like, we did a lot of damage. Considering we were in a tier 7 light in a tier 7-8 game, we did 2,400 damage. This is why damage is important, guys. Like, in the spotting, we still did some spotting, right? I really wish we would have hit that shot on the even in the end. Maybe we could have gotten away and been... I don't think we would have won it, but we at least would have been closer to winning it. You know? The Challenger was still full HP. It would have been tricky. The T-25 did not have a lot of health left, I think, because we hit him, like, at least twice. But it is what it is, and that's RNG for you. That's RNG for you, man, so... And the Challenger ramming me, this thing has no torque, so I'm not able to avoid the ram. Like, I'm just not. This thing is just awful. Let's come up, smack this Black Prince. This BUGI seems like a decent player. I think he has no idea that I'm about to poke this. We'll see. Okay, he did. He did know. I could go behind the bush and not get spotted, but it's like he aimed his gun there anyway, so... Let's see if we can get a good shot aimed at the Black Prince here. I am so bad at aiming sometimes, man. It's like ridiculous how bad I am. I'm just gonna load heats. For real, like, holy shit. Is that already targeting me? Whatever, guy. Whatever. Okay, now I shoot the BUGI again. I'm just gonna keep the heats loaded. It's totally on me, man. I didn't even move. UGI blind fires. He will blind fire. What are you doing, my man? There he goes. I'm wondering if there's some sort of adjustment we need to make here to win this game. Like, I don't know this map very well. I just sit here and shoot. Like, that's what I do, man. I think this is definitely a loss. Okay, that makes the boogie a one-shot. It's just a weird play for like a good player, man. I just feel like that was really stupid. Okay, I think we go after the IKV now. Try and help this E25. Those shots on the Black Prince were so bad, man. I think you can hit like the front of the tank. I don't know. I was just going for the lower plate, I guess. I don't really know like where else to aim, because the front can be kind of trollish. Of all the times for me to low roll, I swear to God, man, of all the times for me to low roll, it's 220 a shot. What did we hit? 196? 196. And then Artie cleans me up and he tracks me. Like, oh my God, man. This was so winnable. This was so winnable, and I just threw this because of a low roll. I should have just been more cautious, poked out, shot, and not expected to clean this guy up. But because of the low roll, we only needed a 206. We needed a 206, and we have 220 alpha, and we hit him for 196. We might have just thrown this one. We might have just thrown it. We did. We did throw it. In theory, I mean, they still have a bit of HP here. I think this was definitely winnable, though, for me. Like, if we stayed alive. If we stayed alive, man. And I didn't move on the Hummel, either. Oh, my God. I didn't move on the Hummel, so the Hummel had an easy shot at me. I think I'm going to go with I threw this one. That's what I'm going to go with. But we'll watch till the end, guys. I think it'll be somewhat entertaining, at least. Okay. Me-25 still has a chance to carry this. I mean, he's very fast, has very good DPM, has good concealment. I don't think they're going to press, man. I think they're probably going to cap. Or to the spawn. He could, in theory, cap here, but I don't know if that's the right play. Actually, now it is because they all went to the spawn. I think you stay on cap here. I think you stay on cap. They have to press into you, so... Now you can go solid bush. If this guy does what I think he's going to do, he's probably going to come like right down the middle here. Back up, go solid bush, and you should be able to clean him up with the DPM of the E25. It's just a matter of what the JP is going to do. I don't think the JP has really good mobility. And you still have the support of the 13F3. He's going to cap. How about that? If the JP also gets on cap, it might be close. No, we win. They're both capping out, so we win this. I think it's like 4 seconds or something is the threshold for if both teams are capping. Dude, get behind the rock. Already randomed one of them. Easy game, man. But if you're both capping, I think the threshold's like 4 seconds. So if you're within like 3 or 4 seconds and you're both capping, then it's a draw. 1700 damage, man. I'm glad we won that because if we lost, I would have taken it on myself. But all good, man. All good. I think I'm going to play the freaking Basoto again. That thing was fun, dude. 1609 damage, guys. 5425 WTR. We only did 596 assists. Won half these games. And there you go. Again, I don't think this tank is that bad. It's just I'd rather be in some of these other vehicles, man. I really would be. Like, I'm not a huge fan of this thing so far. It's the shell velocity. I think the gun is good, but the shell velocity is kind of bad. You know? The shell velocity is just kind of bad. And the mobility is really lacking on this thing. Even the top speed is 58. Specific power is not good. So maybe we swap this out for Tier 3 mobility system. I'll check into that right now. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.